Hi, welcome to the Hartwell dealership, and what we're going to do today is a handover of the all-new Kuga. The reason we're doing this, obviously at the moment with the COVID-19 situation going on, we can't social distance within the car to run through the controls with you, so we're going to do that now in this sort of how-to video. And this is the all-new Kuga, so I'll walk you around the outside just touching on a few bits and then we'll go into the vehicle. This particular model is the ST line. Obviously there's different variants with different optional extras that you can put on, but this particular one is the ST line and it's the diesel version. If you were to be buying the hybrid plug-in version, then there would also be a little flap just on the front of the car here enabling you to plug in and charge. But if you want to follow me down to the rear of the vehicle, I'll just run through the petrol cap with you. Petrol cap really straightforward. You just press it in and it obviously releases. And from Ford side of views, we have an easy fuel system. So if you see this side just here, obviously there's no cap to unscrew. You can just put your petrol or diesel nozzle in, and whichever one that you put in will fit the hole and no issues. Like I mentioned earlier, this particular one is the diesel, so we have the AdBlue additive as well, which again straightforward, just a twist and a turn to put your AdBlue in there. And there's a little light on the dashboard which will tell you when that needs topping up. We run round to the rear of the vehicle. And this particular model Kuga has an electronic tailgate, and we also have the rear view camera that you can see just on the back there. The electronic tailgate, again, very simple to operate. You have a little power press button underneath here, which is on a rubber pad, which you just press and the boot lid goes up. Also can be done from inside the car, and I'll show you that in a little while, and also on the key with a double press of the boot button. As you can see, quite a lot of room in the boot of the Kuga. There's also a little 12-volt output socket there, and underneath obviously we have the spare wheel. Just while we're still outside the car, one last thing to mention is the key-free opening and closing. So the key at the moment to the car is in my pocket, and on top of the door handle here you can see there's some little lines, little grooves there, and if you just put your hand over that, you see the wing mirrors fold out and the car is then unlocked. And again, when you leave the vehicle, if you want to lock the car without having to worry about trying to find the keys, all you do, handle over the top, and then you press that button, and obviously the door locks itself. Okay? So moving inside the car, obviously, once you're in the cockpit here, you can control your seat so you can get the right position for you. You've got some controls just down here. There's a lever which pumps up and down, which will higher and lower the seat. We've then got a twisting button that just controls the way the seat goes backwards and forwards, and also just between your legs you have a rake which you can pull up, and again that will allow you to move the seat backwards and forwards. You can also adjust the steering wheel. There's a lever just underneath the steering wheel which you flick down, the wheel will then move up and down and in and out. On the door itself we have some controls. What we have are the electronic windows for the front and the rear of the car. We also have a lock and unlock button, so from when you're inside the car you can lock and unlock the doors. And this control here is for your electronic mirrors, so you just pick whichever side you want to use. You use then the joypad in the middle there. We can fold the mirrors from inside the car as well, so we can keep them folding in or keep them folding out. And also there's a child lock button just to the right hand side there for the doors as well at the rear. So the lights on the vehicle are just controlled by the switch down here. You twist the lights and you'll see where they glow. You can have the lights completely off, just side lights, automatic lights, which the lights will come on when it's dark, and if you want to override that and have the lights on all the time, that's the button to have it on there. Your fog lights are just in the middle of the button just there, and you can illuminate and deluminate the dash display to your liking with those two buttons. You'll also see just to the right hand side another button just here, and that's for the electronic tailgate at the rear, so you press that from inside the vehicle and the tailgate will open, obviously when you're stationary. So lots of controls on the steering wheel and around the steering wheel, and I'll start just at the top right hand side here with the windscreen washers and wipers. When your lights are set on automatic and the windscreen wiper is one click up, they will automatically go as well. You can override and adjust the speed by this control in the middle, and if you want them going all the time, that's the first speed, and then you have a second speed which is even faster. You pull the wiper towards you for your washer at the front, so that will obviously clear the screen. For your rear wiper, you have control just on the outside of the stalk just here, which you flick it up, that will go intermittently on the rear, and then up again, it will go all the time. And again, for the jet wash at the rear, you just push the wiper arm away. Middle of the steering wheel here, just on this side, you have your controls for your main display. You can go through all the menu controls on there, and it will show you things such as trip computers, miles per gallon, and any information on the vehicle as well. We also have a voice control button, so once you've connected your phone or you want to tell the car to do a particular thing, you can use your voice control button here. You can answer or reject calls and change radio stations from these two buttons just on this side. And obviously the horn is in the middle. You have controls just on the left hand side, sorry, for cruise control. We have a volume down and up button, and also a mute button as well. And then with your cruise control just here, you get to a particular speed that you want to get to, and you just press the set button. You can lower the speed by pressing the minus button just there. Obviously you have a limit button as well, so you can set a particular limit that you want it to remain at. You can cancel the cruise control at any time by pressing that button, by pressing the clutch, by pressing the brake. Also, this particular model has adaptive cruise control, so you can set the level of distance between yourself and the car in front of you, and again that will remain at that distance and monitor the car's speed accordingly. Just the final point on the steering wheel, you have your indicator lights just on the left hand side here, so we have obviously right and left. You also have your flash and your main beam headlights on here as well. So the Kuga has an electronic handbrake, which is just obviously on and off by pulling it up and pressing it down. And if we come over to the gear knob as well, you can see we've got auto start stop, which you can turn on and off on the vehicle. Different driving modes which you can have. Just on the left hand side there is your buttons for your park assist. Underneath the center console, you can see we've got some different ports there for USB and obviously 12 volt as well. And moving up from there, we have climate control. So again, this particular one has dual zone climate control, so you can control both sides of the car, have a different temperature. And the left hand side is obviously for the passenger side, that can adjust the temperature by turning the knob. Same on the right hand side here. You can hear that the fans come on straight away, but you have got buttons to override those just on here. Different places that the fans will blow out. You can have maximum air conditioning on, so that will give you a blast straight away. You can have an auto mode as well, where you set the temperature and the car will keep it to that temperature all the time, regardless of the outside conditions. Air conditioning that you can turn on and off, and an air circulation button, which will close the vents to any outside pollution that could come into the car and recirculate the air around the car. Ford's classic heated front screen just there, and a heated rear screen as well. If we move up, you can see obviously we have the multimedia function in front of us, which comes with a plethora of options on there. But just before we head on to that, you've got obviously a volume button on there as well, and a radio tuning button. Again, you can seek through the different stations with these controls, and there is an instant mute button just on there. The display is all touch screen, and this is our home screen, and anytime you want this screen, you just press the home button at the top there and it will take you back to this screen. But your five main tabs are just along the bottom here, and we have audio, and this will allow you to set a number of different stations along the bottom, and also we have a number of different sources that you can use as well. So you've obviously got Bluetooth, you've got DAB, you've got AM, you've got FM. If you were to have a phone or an iPod plugged in, that would also come up, so there'd be a USB button there as well. And we just head back again, just press that home button and it will take you all the way back to the home screen. Phone, again, very, very straightforward to use. Add a phone.
Search for your vehicle on your device and select it once it is found.
And then the lovely lady tells you what to do, and you just go onto your phone and you'll be able to connect it up. Next one across is navigation. Again, really straightforward to use from a simple point of view. Menu button that you just press. Oop. Sorry, it took a little second there. And you can put in your destination just by clicking the search button. You can search postcode, you can search town, you can search street. It's really, really straightforward. Mobile apps is the next button to control and use, and if you've obviously got your phone plugged in, you'll see a lot more applications on there, such as the Ford Pass, and also things like Spotify and music ones like that. And then finally just settings, and again a couple of different screens on settings, but we'll do everything from how you would like your sound to how you would like your lighting in the vehicle. And again, just that home button takes you back to your main screen there. Okay, so thanks for watching the Hartwell handover video on the all-new Kuga. Just to mention, obviously there are different models in the range and there's different optional extras that you can put on the vehicle, so that was just an overview of this particular car. If you have any questions or you want to find out a little bit more, then please don't hesitate just to give us a contact call. But we hope you enjoy your new car, and we hope to see you very soon at your nearest Hartwell dealer.